Well, hello there. Good times with Scar, bringing you some Crysis 2 gameplay and my first impressions of this game. Now let's get started on the specifics of the game that I'm in here. Now this is City Hall, and the kill streaks for this map are maximum radar, and that's 3 kills, orbital strike is 5, and maximum nanosuit is 7. And my weapon is the Scar. Of course, what else would Scar use? And it has a red dot on top, or holographic, or whatever you call it. And it has a hologram under barrel attachment, which shoots out like a hologram guy. And the first time I used it, I didn't know what it was. I thought I was activating a shotgun. But all of a sudden the guy pops out of it, and I'm like, whoa! And I start shooting, and then I die, of course, because I'm shooting like a crazy person. You've seen pictures. You know what I'm talking about. So that is my weapon loadout and modules that I'm using. Now, one thing to keep in mind is each map has its own unique kill streaks. You can't just pre-select a set of kill streaks that you want before coming into the game. The map chooses the kill streaks for you. So each map will have something like a UAV, a counter UAV, orbital strike, or it'll have a UAV, orbital strike, and a gunship. So something along those lines. It's like Call of Duty 4, but each map has its own specific kill streak, which is nice. I like that. It's something different. Now let's go into why I chose this game over other games that have been released around the same time that are in the FPS genre. So there are games such as Killzone 2 and Homefront that have come out around the same time. Now I played Killzone, the first Killzone on the PS3. When it came out, I played a good amount of it, had a good times, important times. But when the beta for Killzone 2 came out, I played it for about 2 days, but I just didn't have the same fun that I had in Killzone 1 or whatever. And so I went on to my next choice, which was Homefront. Now, from the videos that I saw on the YouTube, it appeared to be a lot like Call of Duty, and I have a Call of Duty game, so I don't really need another Call of Duty game. Even though I know it's got different kill streaks and battle points and heroes and all that kind of stuff, but I think Homefront's going to be a good franchise if they put the time into it, fix some of the technical issues and maybe improve the graphics a little bit. And I also forgot to mention this, but the way they implemented the vehicles in it looks like they did it right. They did a lot better than other games have done and how they implemented it. So they did a good job on that. Gotta applaud them for that, and their dedicated servers. Their single player looked fun. But as I said before, it's got the same feeling as Call of Duty, and Scar needed something else to bring to the table. And that's where I chose Crysis 2. Now, people have asked me, all my friends was, hey, how is Crysis 2? Or how does it make you feel? And my reply is always, it makes me feel like a badass. And they know instantly what that is. They're just like, yes, I know what that feels like. Now that's a game that I want to play. Now let's get into single player. Now, Black Ops had a good single player. That was the last single player that I've played in the last year. And it was good. It had its moments. I think the Call of Duty single players have been getting better as time's gone on. They're definitely not the greatest, but I think they're getting better. But this is definitely a sweet single player. Now there are some problems, storytelling wise. I think they could have done a little bit better job. And I think it's sometimes a little awkward how when they're talking to you and I'm just silent. Am I supposed to be talking to the TV? Am I supposed to be making up words? I'm not sure here because, they're talking to me and I'm not talking back to them. My character isn't. There's no dialogue being exchanged, so I just assume I'm supposed to be talking to my TV and making up words. So that's kind of funny. So I'm just talking to my TV like, well, hello there, and hello there, how are you? And they're all like, Alcatraz, you're a badass. And I'm like, yes, I am. So sometimes when they call and they're like, hey, Alcatraz. And I'm like, yes, this is Movie Phone. Why don't you just tell me the movie you want to watch? Being New York, yes, it kind of reminds me of Seinfeld. So I do throw in a few Seinfeld lines in there. You know, I think maybe once I think about it a little longer, maybe it was a good idea for your character not to talk, because you can interpret it for yourself. So I guess I'll give him a plus on that in the end, because it is kind of funny adding your own words. So single player is definitely awesome, and I'm only about halfway through, so I'm getting there. Thinking about doing maybe just the first level as kind of a walkthrough. You know, as I was going through, I thought of some funny jokes along the way. So maybe look out for the first level to be maybe a walkthrough live commentary from me. Now I'll get into multiplayer real quick, just the basics about it. Not any tips or strategies yet, because I really don't know that many yet. I'm only level 10. But multiplayer is fun. It's such a different feeling than other games. How you get to go into the cloak and you get to go to armor mode and speed. It's a really fun multiplayer, and it looks like there's a lot of guns and different things you can unlock as you go up the ladder. So it's definitely good multiplayer. A few problems when you're playing it, you're gonna get a lot of 2-bar connections, and that's not always good times. I've only been host once out of about 20 games I've played. Majority of them are usually yellow bars. So that's something to think about when deciding on this game. But it's definitely worth it, and I would recommend this game to anybody. And you know, as I said, in the as I rank up, I'm going to be doing some more strategy videos and things of that nature. So, as this game wraps up, I would like to thank you for watching, and this has been Good Times with Scar.